And there it is. We are back with another podcast with your odd Oz. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day that they are going to retire one Derrick Rose jersey at the United Center. If you are at that game, God bless you, man. I hope
Indeed.
you are enjoying it and enjoying the festivities as well. This is another episode of Sports Punch. Keith Too Tall. What did he
What it do? I'm out here, Cali right now.
Yeah,
I was on my way to Cancun,
I heard
after the
about that.
the Bears lost to, LA. But I stopped by Cali, not LA, but I was like, I'm gonna go to Cali real quick, get some
Yeah.
warmth,
Yeah, he said
check.
you told me he's gonna stop by the Bay, pick up some of that good merch, that good Cali
Yeah,
Bud, you know what I'm saying, with the good Cali plug.
exactly. Like, right, right,
Yeah.
right. So,
Yeah.
I'm out here
Yeah.
right now.
He's so close to the bridge, he can pick it up and take it, bring it home with him.
For real, man, for real. I'm gonna bring some of the warmth to Chicago for y'all,
I
out here.
appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Bring me back some Purple Kim Dog and some Blue Dream while you at it. You understand?
For
Half
sure,
an
for
ounce
sure,
apiece.
for
I'll be good with that.
sure. For
Yes,
sure.
sir. Give me some cherry punch too while you're out there, or some cherry AK-47. We
Yeah,
good on that one. Oh yeah. Oh
got
yeah. It's
got
gonna
you.
make the room smell nice. You understand me?
I'm searching for some sour diesel out here, some original sour diesel.
Oh, the
So
original Sour OG.
I ain't had that in a
Uh.
long time.
A lot of guys like that, man. A lot of guys like that. The Sour Diesel was it's a good strain. It
That
was
was
real cool, real
that was a
chill
good
joint.
era. That was a nice little era.
Yeah. I was always on the Blue Dream though. Blue Dream was always my thing. That was it. Blue Dream.
Yeah. Juicy J
Um
made one of his rawest mixtapes called Blue Dream and Lean.
Yeah, Blue Dream and Lean. Yeah. Yeah. Mine was Blue Dream, and then the other one was no. And of all for those who are listening, I do not do Lean, never have. They try to give it to me to sip. And I was just like, no, y'all can keep this. It's very sweet, but y'all can keep this. And I was watching how they it all played out with them. And you looking at them, you going, why is everybody doing it? He's like, oh, that's what it's supposed to. He's supposed to make you lean out. You go to sleep when you drink it. I was like, no, I'm cool. I'm chill as it is. But anyway, if you are at that game, man, enjoy the festivities. Derrick Rose, you are one of the highlights of Chicago. You are one of the biggest things to ever come out of Chicago. You are one of the biggest inspirations. You held the city down for as long as you could during your tenure, during your career here. And it's an honorable thing that they are doing by retiring that jersey so no one ever wears number one. Point blank, period. What else can I say about Derrick Rose? Born in Chicago in the Inglewood neighborhood, played at Simeon High School, wore the well, not the infamous, but the notorious number five, as so many other great players from Simeon High School did.
25.
25. That's what I said, right? 25.
Like I said, five. It's like you said five, but
Oh,
if you
okay.
didn't
I
say
thought I said 25. Pardon self. Pardon me if I didn't say 25. Y'all know I meant the deuce five. The deuce nickel. So that was a legendary number here in Chicago. And if you don't know why, research it. Research why he wears that number. I ain't gonna tell you everything. Coming out of high school, you go to Memphis and you hoop in Memphis and you do your thing there with I think the coach was John Calipari who told you you ain't gonna be staying here for too much longer. You're gonna be here for a year or two or whatever it is you plan on doing, and then you're gonna get the hell up out of here. Boom. Derrick Rose is successful from there. Who would imagine being the number one pick for the same team that you grew up watching as a kid, playing in
great.
the same city that you grew up in as a kid?
Yeah.
Dope. That's dope to have that happen. You were the number one pick in the draft for the same city that you grew up in. That's awesome. That says so much. And you were also the youngest MVP ever in the league at that time. And it's
Still
dope.
is.
Yeah, and it's dope to see that, Derrick Rose gained so much love as he played, and he was admired by other players in the league as well. It was beautiful to see that, it was earned. It wasn't given to him. Derek earned everything, and to see you get your just due, pool, man. God bless you, man. I'm happy for you, and much continued success in everything you do, even with your flower shops that you about to start posting up around the city. You dig, Keith? You got anything to say about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, Derrick Rose is legend to to the city, man. Like the city's son, our own, right in the back porch. Both my brothers and sisters went to Simeon High School. I thought I was going to Simeon High School, and they're going to Kenwood Academy. Shout out to Kenwood Academy. We the best
Ooh,
now. We the best now. We won a championship recently.
ooh.
Back, get out of here. Uh, but not for
Congratulations.
real. Grew up watching them. Like literally, like it was like I'm probably like a couple years younger than him, but like right amongst in that 4 year range of high school where like literally from Kenwood, watching him every week. Took his Simeon to downstate a couple times, won the championship a couple
Mm-hmm.
times. But like I said, wore the great infamous 25 number. Him, Benji, other legends came through and wore held the city down, man. Just it's just funny to see how he came from a long way from when he was younger, just quiet, not a big talker to right now to where he's like reading, being way more, boisterous in like his interviews and like talking, like, having better conversations and like just knowing that he putting his mind in the books and like being smarter and doing what he said when he had those injuries, all those injuries and bullshit, and a lot of fans were giving him hell, the Chicago media was giving him hell about that stuff and just turning his back on him, which I ain't like, but
I did
this
not
is
like that either. It was very terrible to see how the media here and the people started treating him, especially some of the fans. I don't
yeah.
know what it is about the culture when people turn on you so fast, but keep going, keep going. Don't let me
Yeah, so no, when he was like he wanted to live his life where he can play basketball with his kids, walk around, literally just be able to do regular everyday life stuff with his kids and family, and to see him doing that now, like this is what he wanted, and but like bro, like he was so cold. Like I remember being in high school watching him, bust ass, as a point guard, him and Tim Flowers leading the Simeon team,
talk
the
about
whole
it. Talk
squad
about it.
every year, just hearing them just like busting ass, run the city up. He was so cold to me. That he went to Memphis that 1 year with John Calipari, took them to the national championship. Shout out to bitch ass Mario Chalmers hitting that weak ass three. He Mario Chalmers is the luckiest motherfucking point guard or any player ever in his life. He was cold enough, as a jumper, had enough game to be on these teams and stuff. But bro, this man won a national championship. Luckily, like D.Rose busting his ass the whole game. He hit a three end of the game, get him the championship. Then he won two championships with the Miami Heat. Like that, once he left the Miami Heat, he wasn't doing shit.
Nah, he wasn't.
like like
He
LeBron
wasn't.
and them definitely helped that man get a couple championships. Like
Hundred percent.
Derrick Rose should have had the success like Mario Chalmers, but like he did in his own way. But Derrick Rose though, like I mean, Cole to me, if he had not got hurt, would have been the greatest point guard of all time. Like no one could stop him. The fastest, strongest, quickest point guard, leading your team, full of like he wasn't trying to get like all stars on his team all the time. Like, he just said like he was trying to be loyal to his guys. He wanted to be a weird, locker room where like nobody would rock with him. Like at the end of the day, fight for him as hard as they did for the city and for the Bulls. So man, he's one of the ones like rare dudes like everybody rock with him. Respect. He can walk downtown or walk anywhere in Chicago,
Yes, sir.
no problem. Like
No problem. Who go anywhere? I seen him
no
downtown a couple
security. Like
times.
yeah, like no security, just him. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's one
I
of the
seen
rare
him a
people.
couple
Like
times, and it's just a head nod to me. Oh, hey, what's going on? And I don't say nothing else after that because
that's all you gotta
I
do.
don't want to be in his way. I know he trying to move and trying to get to where he trying to go. I know even though he may be a friendly person, you don't want a crowd. You've been doing this for a long time. You're trying to get to wherever you're going, and it's a good chance you probably want to get off your feet, or you want to be around your kids, around your kids or your girl, or you want to be tucked away like most guys do that I know. Wherever they are in life or wherever they are in success, they just want to get to the point where they can get to their destination, just chill and be left alone. So, and at times you can tell, hey, I don't mind signing an autograph. Come on, what you got? What you got? What you want me to sign? Here, sign my shirt, my t-shirt, my sweater. He'll do that, but I see that stuff. Even when I do see him doing that, I still get
Yes.
out this way. I still say, hey, Pooh, appreciate what you did for the city, man. And then I keep on going. Same thing I did when I see in corporate. Same thing I do when I see anybody, man. You're doing a good job, man. Dap them up or just salute them, and I keep going for sure.
Yeah. So For real, man. Like one of the realest dudes in the league. Like him and Melo, like always to me, was been like one of the realest dudes in the NBA. Like held it down.
which I
Didn't
expected them to be a duo in that free agency market when it was
bro.
available, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, so like after the Memphis year, took the team to NFC, the national championship game, one and done. End of the draft, and guess who ended up luckily somehow, some way getting the number one pick? It's the Chicago Bulls, man.
Who would have thought that would happen, huh? You end
That's
up getting
crazy.
a number one pick,
With a what 1.8, 1.7%
seven,
chance of getting
yeah,
that.
1.7
So,
chance.
shout out to David Stern if he looked our way for that, one time. If it just so happened to
Might
bounce
have
that
looked our
way,
way.
then
Yeah.
no, we definitely got lucky.
We'll
But
thank the gods that if it was naturally done, if it was a chain of events or a mathematical equation that someone was able to put together,
hmm
or if it was the football guys I mean, not the football, the basketball guys getting involved and saying, this is the direction that we're gonna go in. All right. However it happened, Chicago, we were lucky to receive, we were blessed to receive such an awesome person and great basketball player. Salute.
yeah, so definitely, man, when he got drafted. There was a little debate on who should we draft him or Michael Beasley because it was a legit conversation, but everybody from Chicago knew like we was gonna like we should take Derrick Rose. We needed a point guard, but some of the coolest things I've seen. This man rookie as a rookie came in, took us to the playoffs. First game against the defending champs, the Boston Celtics, scored 36 points in a win on game one. I remember I was in my not locker room, my dorm room that day on a Saturday, which was random because I was working at the time at the movie theater, so I would usually work on Saturdays. But this is the one day I had off, and I was like, thank God I was able to watch Derrick Rose go crazy against the Celtics. 36 points in your playoff debut in a win against the defending champs.
And I think it was Vinny Del Negro who had to take the training wheels off him and tell him, "Hey, we love the fact that you want to be a point guard, but you're very talented. We want you to score, score the
Yeah,
ball, score the pool,
we
score
need
the
you to
move the
score.
pill, yeah, move the goalpost. We don't need you to just do that. We need you to do everything that you can while you out there." And he, took it upon himself to whatever it was you did in high school or college, do that. That's
Yeah,
all. That's all we want you to do. Like be yourself, play. You know, salute to D.Rose, man. We had some great games from you, man. Here, some heart wrenching losses in the playoffs, man. But you played as hard as you could. And Melo, what was you thinking, dog? You could have came here. I would love to hear.
boy.
Has Melo told that story about what happened and why he didn't end up as a Chicago Bull? Because I want to know.
Yeah,
I know he wanted to go to New York and he wanted to play for his hometown and everything, and he wanted them to rebuild around what he was doing. And Amari Stoudemire was coming in there, and all that stuff was cool. But this was a sure thing here. You would have made all roads go through Chicago for the rest of your for the remaining 5 to 7 years. All roads would have to have gone through Chicago. That's a fact.
yeah,
That's
he
a
told.
fact.
Yeah, man, I was because like I was my favorite player at the time still is with Melo. I was the biggest Melo fan. Everybody knew that. Besides like Derrick Rose and the Bulls, but like whenever the Bulls would play the Knicks or Denver, I was like, all right, I know Melo gonna get off, but the rest of the team we got to shut him down. Like whenever he scored, I'm like, I know that's Melo, that's him. Okay, all right, everybody else fuck them. But yeah, when we had that chance to happen in 2000 and I want to say 12, 13.
Something like that. Yeah,
When we had the whole shebang ready, like we had the marquee on the outside with him with a jersey on, number
bro,
7 white jersey.
bro.
They even released not released. He previewed some uh, uh some
Some
mics, some
mics
11 all red, cherry red mics, 11 that would have worked perfectly with the Chicago Bulls jerseys, like white, home or away,
broke
or
my heart,
alternate
Melo.
colors.
Broke my heart, man.
So I'm thinking like this is we actually got to get this chance to get him. It's literally going to be Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, Melo. I think we had Powell at that time and Joe
I
King.
don't think we had Powell.
But we had
I think
we
we
probably
had
didn't have Powell.
Taj. We had Taj. We had I forgot who was the brother that was coming off the bench, but we had Joakim Noah, a young Jimmy Butler, and there was I think there was C.J. Watson and a couple of other guys that we had doing that run as well. We had some go getters on that squad. And then we also, what's her name was also a coach here at that time, right? Tom Thibodeau. Tibbs was the coach here at
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
time. But I would have loved to seen that. And maybe that was it. Maybe Melo didn't want to be under Tibbs, and Tibbs was too hard of a, he was too much of a drill sergeant, and maybe that was the thing that he didn't like and he didn't want to endure. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe some people say he didn't want to come to Chicago because he would have had to play defense. I don't know that.
Nah,
I don't
nah.
know that.
He I mean, when you asked, he said he talked about it. He did. He actually talked about it on like one of the interviews, like during when they had COVID shutdown and stuff, or a little bit after. But he basically was saying like a bunch of people from the Bulls, like some of the players was telling him, "Hey man, this ain't finna be like this probably the next year or two." Meaning like basically what ended up happening was when Derrick Rose got traded, Joakim got traded.
Okay.
Like they was like players were telling him like, "Hey, like." It might not, be a long, lasting thing here, or or things behind the scenes may not be going as what you think. I feel like there's still more to that, and I feel like I think Joakim might have touched on it a little bit, but
Hmm.
still, man, we could at least give it that 1 year, like you, Derrick Rose, Melo, Joakim. That's because that's all we needed was like that extra, that second person that could score
We needed
with.
that second score, bro.
Or he could have been the first one, but like Derrick Rose could have been, right behind it with like
It
setting
don't
up.
matter. I'm just saying we needed a
Yeah,
true score. And there's nothing wrong with Joe Kim and
especially
his efforts and everything that he would do for the course through the course of a game. But you needed another guy that you could say, hey, we just need a bucket. We just need
yeah,
a bucket right now.
especially late games when we would lose those games, and like especially in the playoffs, and like
You got a guy like Melo who's hitting 80% from the free throw line. Was it high 80s Melo had or high 70s, whatever it
pretty much
was.
it. Yeah,
You get a guy like that, you're gonna kind of back off of him. And then when he catches the ball and he's in the post and he's kicking out to Derrick Rose, now he's sliding back to the 3 point line and Derrick is cutting. So as
yeah,
Derrick is cutting, here's a point where you got to make a decision. Are you gonna let Pooh get to the basket and score,
right.
or are you gonna draw in and keep it and huddle around him defensively to keep him from getting to the bucket, and then the pass get kicked out to Melo, and Melo shoots it around to Kyle Korver or whoever those guys were in the corners for the deep ball. What were you gonna do?
You had to
We
pick your
needed that.
poison. You really had to pick your poison.
Damn it, man.
So like, I really felt we got our seven championship off that. Like, cause like you said, we would have to go through Chicago or like Miami or whoever LeBron team was on, the Cavaliers or whatever.
I'm not worried about that. So it would have been LeBron, Wade, Bosh, in Miami. Okay, Boston, you'd have had that squad. You'd have had that three-headed monster over there. But now we got
At the
not
end,
just a two-headed monster, but we got an all-around team, and we ready to go to
exactly.
war now. We ready. We are ready to go to war. We got guys. All we needed was a couple more pieces to build around that. The money could have been spread it around well. Everybody would have been taken care of. We just needed Melo, man. I wanted it to be LeBron. I really did want it to be LeBron who came here because he could have showed Pooh the game and gave him a game that he already knew, right? And he would have been say, "This is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how you do that." All right. But I understand the pressure of wearing a number 23 or wearing a number 6 jersey or wearing a number 9 jersey. And you the prodigal son and you did this and you did that. And with the pressure that they may have heaped upon you and all the praise and everything, and the moment that you didn't do well, they would have tore you down and say, this is why no one should ever wear that jersey. All that. But I still think that with a guy like that, with LeBron cutting, and then D.Rose cutting. I still think that would have been some of the best basketball played for LeBron during his tenure. If he had come here, he didn't come here. He can't. He
Agree.
went to Miami. F Miami. I'll also say that I think that we would have been able to compete with anybody in the East at that point in time with the squad that we did have. We had some rough riders and some go getters, man, and these guys would get up and down the court and compete with anybody. And we saw that when they were in those playoff series with the
Right.
Boston Celtics and with the Miami Heat. They showed it. They let us know like, yo, we can compete with these guys. We not that far off, and they weren't. We just needed that one piece and a couple of other rough riders on the squad, and we would have got there.
Yeah.
Good job, though, Pooh. You did everything you could, D-Rose. You did everything that you could. There's
Yeah.
nothing to ever hang your head about. You did everything possible within your power, within the time limit and the time frame that you had, you did everything possible to be successful as a basketball player here in the city and anywhere else that you went, Minnesota, anywhere. You still that dude
Yeah, man.
off
Like
of it.
he held down Chicago to the fullest, man. Represented as well. And then, it's coming to a point where it's a discussion like, who the bigger Chicago legend, him or Jordan, Isaiah Thomas. Like, he's up there with, like, the legends of all time in Chicago for sure. Like, one
What
of
you
my,
saying? So what you saying? Who is it? Who's the biggest guy from Chicago?
I mean, if you're talking about from Chicago,
If you
here's
talking about
Derrick
from
Rose.
Chicago, it's
But,
is
like,
we know who it is.
I mean, if you ask, I feel like my generation or younger, a lot of people gonna say Derrick Rose was, more, I mean,
Impactful.
impactful,
I hear
more,
that. I
in a
hear
way.
that.
But I came from, I was born before I knew who Derrick Rose. I knew who Jordan was, and
You
my
knew who Jordan
brothers,
Rose
and what he
Rose
did
was.
for the city. What like he changed everything, here for us too. So far as the city as
So when you
everybody
say
rock with
that,
it.
so when I hear that from Chicago, automatically I say D.Rose, right?
Yeah,
Who's the biggest person from Chicago, the biggest impact. But if you're looking at that list, it's him and it's Kanye West sitting there. But because of the foolery of Kanye West, you kind of look at it and go, man, I don't, excuse me, pardon me, you don't really rock with the stuff that a dude like that does. Even though he put out some of the most fire music there is, he's helped out a lot of people careers. He's helped push some of the careers of guys who were here, right? You got to throw Kanye West up there. But when you say overall, I still got to look at Michael Jordan and go, yo, before there was any of these dudes, it's
yeah,
him. And it's since then it's been him. All these guys wore shoes.
and still
People are
do.
still wearing his shoes.
Like he took the city from the Isaiah. Like that's why Isaiah low key mad at him. Like
I don't think it's that, man. I just think it's what Mike did. I don't think it had nothing to do with him taking the city. That Zeke
I
or
mean,
Isaiah is
I think they
mad.
go hand in hand. Like what he
I
did
don't
and
think it's that. I think it's
impact.
that all
But
star.
there was a time
I think it's that all star shit. Like hey, I invited you into this city. No, I ain't invite you. I opened the city up for you.
that
Like
too.
I had the whole West Side going with you everywhere that you went when you
Yeah.
first got here.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
You had VLs walking around with you everywhere you went. No one was bothering you when you got here. No one could touch you, and no one was going to touch you while you were here the entire time. But then when you got big and you start strutting and everything, then you started poking your chest out. You became something different. And yes, I did slide. What is he slided them for an All-Star game or something?
the USA Dream Team.
No, no. Isaiah did something first. Oh, when they finally beat the Pistons.
Oh yeah, when
He
they
walked off the court on
yeah,
him.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
They shake
And they
hands.
yeah, and they said he also voted against Mike to be on like an all-star team. So they said when it was Mike's turn, once he started winning and he understood the game and he was able to have that type of influence,
Yeah.
hey, I'll play on the Olympic team, that 92 Dream Team. I'll play as long as he ain't on there. And they said they made provisions to make sure that he wasn't on there. So it was John Stockton who ended up having that spot over
It,
Isaiah.
the craziest part about that it
That's what
was like
I heard. That's what I listened and saw from that. I don't
yeah,
know anything else.
like, the funniest part about all of that is that it was Isaiah Thomas coach that was the head coach of the USA team. So even him couldn't even be like, I need my guy, but
But
it's
is
a
Mike
dude
gonna
named
be on
Michael
here?
Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're looking at that overall, Isaiah, it's the sum of everything that you did to create that type of situation. I understand you upset with Mike. Um, I understand it messed up some of your friendships with people, and him and Magic Johnson have reconciled, and they talked about it, and they cried, and they gave each other hugs, and they said that they loved each other after that conversation that they had, and it was all on TV, and they aired it out. They aired it out and everything. And he was like, "Yeah, you saw what I went through." And Magic just said, "You know what? I apologize," without even getting into all of that. I was wrong for what I did. I was wrong for the part I played in it and for the way that you were treated. He said, "You saw what they did to me, man." And he just broke down crying. I don't know if you saw it, but it was pretty good. It was pretty dope to see them talk about that. So I enjoyed seeing that, but you not gonna get no apology from him. You're not gonna get no apology from Mike. I just want to say it. I don't think you're ever gonna get an apology from Mike because you did it. And as loud as you were in the background, or they saying that you were, why did you never clear any of this up to me? And if I'm Michael Jordan, I'm saying that to him. Why didn't you never clear any of this up that you didn't, that this wasn't any of your involvement, that you didn't try to get me taken off the All-Star team, or you didn't want me to be a part of this, or you didn't want me to be a part of that? If it wasn't you, why didn't you just call me up and say it so I could rectify it or tell you, man, that was my bad. I was under the influence that these are the things that you did, and I should have reached out and talked to you. But you're not getting that call. You're never going to get that call because you were already a hindrance to Mike. And Mike saw it. Mike took a beating in the playoffs and had
Hey,
to get past you to get to the next level. So there's no way I'm never gonna be like, yeah, let me go and apologize to this man. Hell no. Hell no. I ain't apologizing to you for nothing. You made my road hard and I appreciate that from you. Thank you for making the road harder for me so I could be a better person and be a better champion and be as good as I am. Thank you for doing that for me. And I appreciate that. But you're not getting no apology from me after you stormed out the court, after y'all beat us and talked crazy to us and called us punks and sissies and all that. And we walked off, shook y'all hand. And then when we whoop y'all, y'all act like y'all can't even speak to us in the same manner. So, you're not getting nothing from me. It's just gonna be what it is. And I understand that. So that's all I got for that though.
they were saying that was like more Bill Lambert doing that, and they just follow suit. So I was like, I don't know, man. It's to the point I feel like they could have ended it or been over the pace. Like,
You held the city down for me, man. You know your role. Even though this is a rivalry, you know that we don't like each other and we play hard against each other. You know all that. We know all the particulars about everything. We know the principles of all of this. But my man, you can't even shake my hand or come to the back like, yo, good game, guys, good game. You could have done any of that, man. You Isaiah Thomas, the city is yours. You could have done anything. You had guys looking out for me. You could have done anything. You could have said anything. So I ain't riding with that. I ain't riding with none of that. None of that. I I understand how Mike feel. Yo, what's done is done. And if you want an apology from me, show me the same type of love. You understand me? And I'm off of it.
well,
What do
shout
we
out
have on? You about to keep
okay,
going?
shout out to Derrick Rose tonight. Jersey retirement, #1 going to Raptors against the Celtics. I mean, I just want to shout out to Derrick Rose on that one, man. Shout out to the city. It's cold as hell out there. Hopefully, I can maybe try sneak in there tonight. We'll see.
Maybe. God bless you, man. I hope you get in
Yeah.
there too.
Ooh.
Like, ooh, I'm
Ooh.
up here in this third level. Oh, I slipped and fell down into the second level.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm on the
oh,
floor.
right.
Oh,
With a
sitting next
beer
to
in my hand.
Joe. Oh, okay. How you do that
Yeah.
here on the floor, Keith? I don't know. But
Man, looking at him on TV, hey Keith, I see you down there on the floor, like I did to the homie Trig. Trig was on the floor at one of the games. I'm like, Trig, is this you? I see on TV in all red. And he looking around on the camera. I'm like, yeah, for
blood,
sure.
blood, blood,
Man,
blood,
he
blood,
read
blood.
it out. He like, oh, for sure. He's like, man, we need to get together sometime. I'm like, for sure. That's dope as hell, bro. He was looking fly too. I'm like, you out there looking fly? He like, yes, sir. You know how
If
we
you,
do,
if
man.
you, if you on the floor, you got to come right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, though. What it is, what it do, what we got on tap for the
Well,
sports punch today, man. Hey,
get
hey.
into this NFC and AFC championship games on the
Mm-hmm.
NFL side. Uh, I want to talk about the Bulls staying afloat. We'll talk about what we need to do. We already talked about the Derrick Rose retirement jersey already, but maybe talk about possible who your prediction would be like all-star reserves for the East and West, or like the World versus America team. And then there's been a couple good games this week. NBA rivalry week been going on, so they have a couple rivalry games, going back and forth. And Lakers turmoil. Article came out recently talking about Jenny Buss, how she's been running things and not liking some things. It's speculation, but we'll see if some things are true or not. And then coaches carousel in the NFL too.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into what we leading off with, my brother.
Fuck it, let's do these predictions on these games. I guess see
Hey,
see or repick if you want.
yeah.
Uh, you got the
Sunday's
NFC
game.
Sunday's game, AFC Championship game.
Hmm.
You got the New England Patriots versus the Denver Broncos.
Hmm.
You got Drake May, Stephon Diggs and them boys versus
Hmm.
Jarrett Stidham, backup of all backups, and that Denver defense, Patrick Surtain and them
Hmm.
at home in Denver, at Mile High.
Hmm.
After a few days of consideration, I'm like, all right, since Jarrett Stidham been in that offense the last couple of years with Sean Payton, you
Uh-huh.
should know it. And, I haven't done any
Homework
re-
on it.
homework on his last couple of games. I need to go check and see if he gonna be ready. Was he doing good then, or I just think like if you know the offense and you might be surprising the Demar Farley like, getting his team a good chance to win the game, but especially being at home, I feel like role players or backups do better at home than away. But
Hmm.
Derek May, and the Patriots, I've been saying it all year. They haven't really played anybody that's like legit good. And this is going to be that one good team that you want to see if Drake May and them was real. But
Oh, we gonna find out, pimp. We gonna find out. We
but
are definitely gonna find out.
so yeah, and a lot of people are kind of like leaning towards the Patriots, or skating to the Super Bowl with this game. But I don't put anything past Sean Payton or this defense. The
Never
defense
should you.
has shown it can get scored on. It give you 30 points if you need to. So
Nor should you, brother. Nor should you. So we leading off with that game, right?
yeah, it's gonna be
Patriots versus the Broncos. 14-3 for both teams.
yeah.
14-3, 17 games. They're gonna do 18 games soon, and then it's gonna get up to 20. Um, I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I'm gonna go with the Patriots winning that game.
Yeah, it's
And
just come back,
even if they would have had dude, I still would have went. I still would have went with the Patriots. I'm just not for some
bro.
reason. I feel like I can just rely on the Patriots to be the more consistent team.
If they would have had Bo Nix, I would have rolled with the Denver Nuggets. I mean Denver Denver Nuggets,
The
Denver
Denver
Broncos.
Nuggets. Wow.
Denver
Okay.
Nuggets, Broncos. As long as it's Denver, nah. But yeah, the Denver Broncos, I probably would have leaned more towards on them because what I saw against what he did with Josh Allen and them last week, I was like, okay, he can ball. He can legit ball in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, can make plays.
Yeah.
Um, and just everything else I feel like was clicking for him
This is
at
gonna
the
be a
right
good
time.
game. This is gonna be a good game,
I
man.
think it's gonna be better than it was expected
Yeah.
after we found out Bo just got hurt. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with the Patriots too, even though I
Okay.
don't want to really pick them to win this game. But like
Okay.
it really comes down to who I trust more on.
Look here, man.
Unless Jerry still come out and ball out or
That's the
play a
thing.
really clean game,
That's the
don't
thing. Like,
turn it over.
how good is this kid? Like, I don't know much about him. Like, how much do we know about this kid to come out and really put on a dominant performance, or just stay in the mode of making sure that he's on top of the game as he's out there? You know, does he know how to take the proper precautions? Under was it Sean?
Peyton.
Excuse me, Sean Payton. Like, does he know how to take the proper steps to make sure that he can stay on top of things? Excuse me again, is he going to game manage the entire game, or are they going to allow him to open up that offense and give him some leeway and some loose ropes to go out there and let them horses march, and while he sits back and orchestrates everything behind Sean Payton. So we'll see what happens, man. I got to go with the Drake May dude, like 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I got to stay there, and I got to stay pat on a guy, pun intended. I got to stay with the guy that who's been doing it consistently. Stidham is coming out of nowhere. Yes, he may have played a couple of games for Denver. He may know Sean Payton's system, but we talking about a deep playoff run, and how will that affect him? Even if it is his crowd in Denver, even if that is your crowd, how will you play under those bright lights with that stadium and with that crowd? You know what I mean? Are they going to be loud enough to hurt the other team and be the 12th man on the field to keep you from doing your job, to keep them from doing their job? And are they going to uplift you when you're down and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So we'll see what happens. I got the Patriots, man. All the pressure is with Stidham, to kind of lead them down the field. So I'm gonna go with Stidham. I mean, I'm gonna go with the Patriots, bro. Drake may this may be a good game for Drake May. He may go crazy this game.
Yeah, it's possible. Like I said, the Broncos, defense been leaky the last few weeks, so
Mm,
they can get got, but
mm,
they'll come up with some turnovers when they need to too.
mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I'm more with the Pats on this one as well. I just think all around all three phases going to show up in like defense, offense, and special teams somehow. Special team might be a play in this game where it's going to show out where a difference in the play, a turnover or a kick return, punt return could change the vibe of the game. But it should be a good game. I think
Should be.
Jared's still going. I think he's going to surprise people and be a game manager. Take a couple shots here and there when need to, but should be a solid game. I'm hoping, praying.
Yes,
If it's an
sir.
ass game, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yes, sir. It should be a really, really good game, my G. Yeah.
And then the primetime game after that,
Ooh wee.
Seattle Seahawks hosting
Ooh wee.
the LA
Ooh,
Rams.
ooh,
Should be
ooh,
Chicago
ooh.
Bears, but
Man,
we should get a good game with
Bears
future
down, brother.
future Hall of Famer. Yeah, we down right now, but we'll be back.
Bears down,
We
bro.
want to hibernation. We want to hibernation.
Mhm,
This is cold
mhm.
outside.
I found out the other day that Ocho Cinco has a camp during the off season where these guys show up. I did not know that. He has a camp where Jamar Chase, uh, Jason, who is JSN, I call him
Mhm.
Jason, um, and a few other players that go down there to his camp when they work out with him during the summer or whatever, during the off season, whenever that is. They
Yeah,
work out with him, and he says it's all dogs down there. He said we're all training and we're all trying to get better. He said, and I love it because he says I'm in awe of these guys, not just because of what they're capable of doing, because they came, but because they came to my camp and they're down there practicing. And he said I'm able to share the knowledge with them, but they're great or they're on their way to greatness and they're at my camp and they're down there to help each other and help each other get better. He said Roma Dunze has been to his camp.
really.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's dope that he whatever it is that he's doing, I hope it works out and I hope that he keeps on feeding these guys and keeps on and it becomes something where he ends up being uh, a force in the
Mhm.
football world, and it becomes a thing where it becomes more of an occupation, and he has someone running his camp while he does other things that it is that he has going on. Because I think that's dope that they're coming down there to Florida, and they're learning the game from him and how to be a professional and be a pro as well. So shout out to Chad Ochocinco Johnson for doing that. Um,
Yeah.
Hopefully Roma Dunze and whoever else needs to go down there from the Bears go down there and get that off. But if you know anything about me, I represent that blue and gold hard, homie. So you know who I'm with against when it comes to the Rams versus the Seahawks. You did. You know who I'm going with. That's all I got to say. Rams. And if you
Okay.
want me to pick a score for that game, I don't know what to do about that game because that game it could be a shutout. It could be one-sided on both sides. It could be
Yeah.
anything. But I'm gonna say 27-23. Let's go Rams. And for the Pats versus the Denver Broncos, I'm gonna say that might end up being a shutout. That might be a 40 piece, a 30 like a
So,
31 to 10 type of game. But we'll see what
yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
31-13.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
I guess for the Denver game, Patriots game, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
I give that a I give that 21-17 game. I don't think it's gonna be too crazy scoring. I think it's gonna be a little bit more defense than we hope.
Oh, that's right. These are both sound defensive teams. I keep forgetting that.
Rams versus Seahawks. I'm trying not to be, salty and bitter about the loss against the Rams and pick the Seahawks. But that Seahawks defense is real, man. Like, if they came out and played anywhere like they did last week against the 49ers, it's going to be an ugly night for the Rams. But the last time they played was a classic game, back and forth. I think it went to overtime or it ended on a 2-point conversion by the Seahawks. It just really comes down to, like, do I trust Sam Darnold over Matt Stafford, which I really don't. but I do trust the Seahawks defense way more than the Rams defense. So that's
You
it's
like that
literally that.
Ram, y'all.
It's just gonna come down to like who can get got more, who gonna make the less mistakes, win pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's a closer game than it was last time, or it's low scoring,
What you thinking?
back and
What you
forth,
thinking?
it just showed me one, the Bears are one step away from getting being in the same spot as a team because we gave the Rams hell too. But man, Seahawks at home with 12 man.
And that stadium, it will be loud, brethren.
That defense.
That defense at home. What's the temperature gonna be like? We don't know.
I mean, it's crazy. The Rams they won their championship a few years ago and then didn't have no drop off, no rebuild, and they back a chance for another one. Do I like Matt Stafford that much? I'm gonna pick his ass.
Ooh,
Um,
it's gonna be 44 degrees in Seattle, brethren. 44 degrees. They will have rainy days all next week and highs of 55. Ooh, it's gonna
this
be
this
raining.
this one, man, it's tough.
That's good. That's good football weather right there though. Denver. What is it gonna be like in Denver?
This could be a Seattle Patriots rematch from 2000 and what 14 or something like that. Like, it's who do I want to see more? Do I want to see?
It's gonna be 22 degrees in Denver.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm.
I should probably bring that score down, but
I'm a. This is a
talk
tough
about it.
game. This is a tough game.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Seahawks lost Charbonnet, the backup running back. Ah man,
Mm, Charbonnet is gone.
it's some
Cousin.
things that I'm trying to
Mm,
think Rams wise.
mm,
And we get
mm.
now they need Devontae Adams and Puka to go off. Then if that's okay. If they want to win this game, they gotta get off a little bit.
They gonna have to get off on them, homie. So yeah,
I can't believe I'm choosing this.
yeah. Who you going with, homie?
No, fuck it. Give me the
Yeah.
Seahawks. I'm riding with it. I'm rocking with the Seahawks.
You bastard. Are you doing that because they're the better team? Or are you doing that just because of the Rams beating the Bears? It doesn't
Don't
matter.
it really don't. Now, home, they at home. I think they got a better defense. I don't trust Sam Darnold more, but I think he could do enough to get them a field goal range win off the field goal, tie game.
Oh yeah.
It's 24-24, and somehow
Brother.
if they get the ball
I think
last,
both these should be good games.
you got Jason, Jason, your boy Jason out there.
Yeah. That's gonna
Rashid
he tough.
Rashid Shaheed is clutch for them. He the first play last week against the 49ers, he ran it back for a kickoff return. So
Mm-mm.
that's why, that's gonna be one of those games where
Brother.
special teams. But if the Rams do win, respect. I give
Man,
them.
y'all, if y'all listening, man, if y'all listening to the recording or the audio, can y'all tell he's struggling, man? Like he don't know what he want to say about
No,
that, man.
I'm giving my respect to far as to Matt
Hmm.
and Matt and Sean McVay, them two together is a pretty fire coaches QB combination. But riding with the Seahawks at home, better defense, and some 12 men out there gonna get
Yeah.
y'all thrown off
It's
a little bit.
should be a hell of a game, regardless of what takes place. It should be a hell of a game.
That's what I
I
really.
don't.
If it's a classic game like the last time,
I
I
think
don't
it's gonna
care
be a
who
classic.
wins.
Because if the both games they had during the course of the season were dope, like you can't deny either one of those games and say that these
Yeah,
guys didn't put up an amazing performance for both those games during the course of the season. Both those games, whether it was a game that was high scoring or the game that was kind of like was it 21 or 17 or whatever, both those were good games.
yeah,
Seattle was able to eke one out, and the Rams were able to eke one out. It was just dope. It was just dope to see. So yeah, I just looked forward to some good games. But this
yeah.
Denver pass game, ah, yo, that is That's the X factor of all of the two games because we don't I don't know how that could play out. I just don't. But I'm going with the Pats because I've already seen them do this.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
this has been the most consistent of the teams out there. So I'm gonna ride with them. I'm gonna stand down on that and say it don't matter where they are. They gonna whoop them. What's the head-to-head record? I'm gonna look it up, but do you know offhand before I do it?
Between the Rams and Seahawks, or
No, 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 no. That's 1-1. Patriots, Denver.
oh, all time, like from
No,
when
just for
time
the
break.
just for this season. Just for this season.
Oh, I
So let me see.
think
Let me
that's
see. Let me
the
see.
only time they played each other this year. No,
Really? Patriots.
I think did they play earlier. Patriots and
Nope, not one game. Not
right. Yeah,
one. This is gonna be the only time. Ooh, I got the Patriots, man.
yeah.
Nah,
Like I
nah,
said,
nah,
if Bo was
nah.
playing, I'll ride with Denver. But since he's
Mm.
not,
Man, so if Bo was
Patriots.
playing,
Yeah,
you would really ride with Denver.
yeah. He showed me, like because he an older like quarterback. Like he's like 25, 24 when he got drafted. So it's like he's older, mature player. Like he been
Okay.
in college, he played in college like 6 years. So
Okay.
he got drafted. It was like he kind of like mature for his age because he older than than Drake May and
Yeah.
Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels,
Okay.
and just the way he played, last year in the playoffs and this game against the Bills against Josh Allen, he showed up. So
Mm. All right. All right. So there it is.
and then I guess for the since we in NFL land,
3,900 yards for the season, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. 25 years old. So how many years he been in the league, bro? Three, four?
who Bo Nix?
Yeah.
He been in the league 2 years, but I'm
Mm,
saying
okay.
like he was a college like quarterback for like 5 or 6. So he was
Wow.
like a older, rookie compared to
I didn't even know about that.
his peers.
I didn't
So
know
he
that.
showed me a little bit more poise and a little
Yikes.
more maturity in
Yikes.
on the team as a quarterback than the other guys.
Yikes. All right. So there it is, man. There it is.
And
We got our picks together then. We know who we going with. I got the Pats for the first game. So do you. You right there riding along with me. And then you jump off and I
the
drop you
switch
off at the
ups
bus.
crazy.
I drop you off at your car. You know what I'm saying? I make my turn. I get back on the expressway and I go west. You know, matter of fact, I go southwest, while you go northwest. And I go to LA and you head up to Seattle, and I'll just meet you there later. I gotta go pick up my bag, get some of that Cali Bud
All
on
right.
my side, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got stopped by the Sean Kemp dispensary in Seattle anyway, so
Yes, sir, you do. Yes, sir. They
that's
got
why
a
I'm gonna
Seattle
go
has
up there.
some Seattle has some really
And,
good
oh
dope
yeah,
out there.
and that's another reason why I picked Seattle. I actually went to Seattle last year, so
You went
just
to
because
Seattle last year.
yeah, in the February.
Tell me about this, sir.
Oh yeah, random one of my guys, he had an extra ticket flight, extra buddy pass for a flight to
Mm-hmm.
Seattle. He was visiting a friend
Mm-hmm.
of ours, like mutual friend, and he just asked me like, "You want to go to Seattle? I got an extra ticket to flight. Just gotta get your own hotel room." I'm like, "Shit,
Sure.
bet I'm there." I'm like, "Free ticket? Why not?" And then we went out there for like basically what 4 days. It was like a Wednesday to Sunday, I think, or something like that.
Mm. Mm.
It was a real dope, chill vibe, like very very chill, low key.
What time of year was it when you went?
Literally end of February, so like
Mm.
around the
Okay.
28th,
Okay.
26,
So
26
the
ish.
weather was okay. It was kind of like, yeah.
Actually, the weather was pretty solid out there. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
probably like 50ish, 60ish around there. And I had like a light jacket out there.
Okay,
And
cool.
the 4 days I was there, it did not rain at all.
That was my next question. Did it rain?
No, I got lucky. Like the one time I actually was there, the 3, 4 days I was there, it didn't
Fire.
rain. The last day I was coming back to Chicago, it was hella fall, like on some Silent Hill like game, like creature stuff. Like that,
Yeah.
like it was just so much. It caused a delay on my
Yeah.
plane, so I had to wait like a couple hours until the fog had went
Settle
away.
down. Yeah. Went away. That's just
Or if
that's
you ever seen the movie The Mist, it was like that type stuff.
really. Oh no. No, no, no. That ain't what you want. That ain't what you
And
want.
I'm just saying, like that's how like it was like okay, this fog is. So I'm assuming it started raining probably days after, a couple days,
Probably.
day later.
Probably.
But
Were you able to partake in any of the flowers that they had out there?
yeah, yeah. Like I went to the Kemp dispensary a couple times. There was some
Mm-hmm.
cheap stuff out there. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I found out like Mike Tyson had his own like pre-roll stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They got some good. He got some good stuff out there, and it's cheap. It's very hilly city. Like very a lot of hills, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the best way of getting around to me is on the scooters. Like they got so many bike lanes.
Motorized.
Like you can literally ride the motorized scooters all throughout the city most of the part. It
Oh
just
yeah.
sucks for some of the places you go if you gotta go up a hill,
Mm-hmm.
like going down one or just like riding down the streets.
Yeah,
Hella fun. It's a very hipstery, chill,
it is.
laid back.
Yes, sir.
It's where the good, bad, and ugly go. Like it's some ugly, it's some rough looking people out there too, but
It
it's
is.
it's some beautiful people out there too as well.
Yes, sir. There's a big
Uh,
mix of, it's a big melting pot of
yeah,
people out there, and you
exactly.
can come across any type of person while you are out there. You never know what type of person that you will meet while you're there in that city.
Oh yeah,
And kind of like the surrounding areas of Seattle as well.
exactly.
What do we call it? The metropolitan area of the city. Like around there are some really cool places, but you can run into some people that can introduce you to some dope hip hop if
Hmm.
you're asking.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You can come across that, and you can also come across, like we just said, some good flowers. People who are really big on some flowers out there, uh, and just some really cool places just to mellow out and chill and
yeah.
have a good
Real,
atmosphere.
real chill. Got some actually got some pretty good food out there.
Okay.
I ate way more seafood or like not seafood, way more Japanese or Chinese food than I ever had like in the range of a
Wow.
few days. Like
Wow.
went to a hot spot, or hot spot, whatever those spots.
Okay.
Chinese.
Okay.
Ate some sushi out there. Stopped by the fish market. The public market that they get real known for. I stayed in Bellwood, which is like literally right downtown Seattle.
There it is. Okay.
So it was like right down the street from the fish market. Great views.
Yeah.
It was dope vibe. Like I mean, I
The
gotta go back.
fish is a big thing there because of the ports and everything. So yeah.
Exactly. Like I will go back for sure because I went during like a non like like NFL season or MLB
Mm.
game. So I would like to go see a Seahawks game or a Mariners game while out there.
Mm.
And they need to bring back the Seattle Supersonics too because I seen the little supersonic beam and all that stuff, and just seeing the Sean Kemp's dispensary was fire to me.
I wonder if they'll actually look into doing that because I heard the conversations in the Rumbles. I'm sure you heard that too. There's talk of
Yeah,
bringing a basketball team back to Seattle. I don't know why they allowed them to leave. Um, I don't know what the purpose of that was, moving them to OKC and then not starting over, but maybe they just need some time to bounce back because I for a while like Seattle should have made good money off that Supersonics team.
yeah,
You had that '90s run with Kemp, Rain Man, and the glove Gary Payton, and then for a few years they slacked off, and then boom, Ray Allen comes there with Rashard Lewis, right? They had a run then. Uh, there was also Luke Rittenauer that was there. What was the other guy? Nick Collison.
yeah.
Boom. You had that era, and then they shifted them up out of there, and then they were just gone. And then they ushered in the Nick Collison, Luke Rittenauer era as the OKC Thunder, and then shortly after that you had Kevin Durant, you had Russell Westbrook, and you had James Harden, and what was the other guy's name? The center. What was his name? It wasn't Emeka Okafor. But whatever his name was, he held them down for a little bit, and they made a decent playoff run. So
Mhm.
I would like to see something resurface out there in Seattle again. Hopefully they
Yes,
get together soon.
yes. Adam Silver said that they have like the conversation, I guess, with the CBA again or like the contracts. Next year they'll consider like talking expansion again. Like they consider really considering that, and then it will probably one of the teams that would be Seattle. But one of the reasons why they not to get like a team no more. I was actually not reading, but like watching a documentary on it.
Mm,
Kind of like around the time the owner like the arena itself is like kind of like falling apart and stuff. So they
mm.
wanted more funding for a new stadium and all that stuff.
And they should have that should have been an easy situation where they should have been able to give them funding for that. So is that in that situation when they're saying we need a new stadium is not getting fixed, is that a NBA owned stadium or did the owners just say I don't want to fix the stadium? Like what is it?
It was like it was that. It was just something about like he was trying to get funding for it, and I think something like either the city or like maybe like the people that was like in charge of the money, like the government or the locals and stuff, didn't really want to go, put too much money into it. So he was like, "All right, if you're gonna give me the funding for it, I'm gonna look elsewhere as far as like, somebody want to possibly buy the team."
That I shifted up out there. He said, we home. Since y'all not gonna do that, I want the city of Seattle to do it. Y'all
And
build the
so
stadium. Y'all put it. Y'all get it out your money, and then y'all get paid back. I mean, that's the way they do certain things with other billionaires. Or they split the cost of it, right? And then you just hire all the city workers and everything, of
ma-
course.
matter of
Right.
fact, it was the owner of Starbucks who actually kind of he started to own the Seahawks. I mean, not Seahawks, the Sonics, and then he was just like, I'm not trying to deal with this whole thing with Seattle itself, and then like get this arena.
So he don't
So
care then.
this dude from Oklahoma was like, "All right, I'll buy it from y'all
Yep.
and try to get funding for this new arena." The guy who bought it from Oklahoma wasn't really planning on staying in Seattle, and then it didn't go the way he wanted to go. Well, I guess he gave him a chance to go the way they wanted to go as far as keeping the team there. But since he once he saw that they wasn't on that, he's like, "Oh, I'm about to go to Oklahoma then." They got a stadium right now that's willing to, ready to play. And I got, you know, people that from the city that would love to have a NBA team. So that's kind of what happened.
And that's so much easier to do when you got that, right? I got the funding, I got the place, I know a better place. I believe that we can bring a franchise to a place like this. It's not too far from Dallas. It'll be on the East Coast. The weather's
Mhm.
pretty decent. The community of people that are there would be pretty decent. So why not bring it? Why not take it over there? Since you don't want to do it, sure, I might as well just grab a hold of this thing and do what I'm gonna do with it. Since you don't want to do it, but I would like to see a team go back to Seattle. But it'll
Yeah.
be man. I don't know how long.
But
I don't know how long that would take for them to do it.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, hopefully, I feel like the NBA is back better if they got Seattle Supersonics there as a
Hmm.
team. It
Hmm.
always felt like weird watching a Seattle Seahawks Supersonics game on TV, but like it was like I feel like it was always a different vibe. The floor was different. The court was
You know
had
what
a
I
different.
really wanted though, bro. And since we speaking on it, what I really wanted was for one of these teams to be an East Coast team. I wanted either the Memphis Grizzlies or the OKC Thunder to
I
be an East Coast team, bro.
I think if they actually consider bringing Seahawks and another team, which would probably be a West team, they will realign, the conferences where they might
Both of
even
them gonna be
they
West
might
teams.
not do conferences right. They might not do East and West. It might just be like, the region you in, like, and then I can see Minnesota coming to the East. I can see maybe OKC or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
another fringe West Coast team that's in the West for some reason, but it should be in the East. Like one of those Texas teams should low key probably be in the East.
One of the Texas teams. Maybe I would like to consider Memphis. I would like to consider Memphis or
Oh yeah,
Minnesota.
Memphis.
Memphis or Minnesota as an East Coast team.
Yeah,
That's what I would like to see happen. But
yeah.
I
So,
don't, I don't run things. I don't do things. They control the narrative and they spin it how they want to spin it. And they make things happen that the way that they want them to happen. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't even know how we got on the subject of that, but you know
what
the teams and everything like that.
talking about Seattle and just you asking
Oh
why,
yeah, you was there. You were there. Yeah,
yeah,
hell
and
yeah.
why I
Good
picked the
conversation.
Seattle Seahawks to win.
Yeah. Oh lame ass. Oh lame ass.
Look here,
Man,
look at that, look here,
ugh,
look at that
ugh.
book
Y'all
here.
getting man, they getting their cheeks clapped over there. Good
No,
luck. We
yeah,
bringing fun and sun to the Seahawks, and they getting their cheeks clapped. They getting rammed. Get ready. Bah, it's on. Bah.
but the Seahawks gonna put his claws on the rim, pick it up, and then
Ah, yeah, yeah.
drop him up in that water.
Hell yeah, drop them off a cliff. Like you had the big Eagles and the Seahawks be doing it. They pick them
Yeah,
up, take them to the cliff, and drop them out and put them on the side of the cliff, like where they hit it, bang, and they just fall.
just
You know
drop.
what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah,
take
drop
him to
them.
the port.
Yeah,
Right off the water, drown
drop
him.
them. Let them smash their head all up against the rocks and everything like
Right.
that. Then
Go
drop
go
down and
ram
pick
some
them up
water.
again.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ram a shark if you want to, or some shit, or whale.
Yeah,
But
y'all definitely getting rammed. I
you
mean,
know, the NFL gets coming to its end. A couple of the notes from the NFL. Mike McCarthy just got hired by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
boo. Okay,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't either.
I think Mike McCarthy is one of those coaches like he'll give you a good one or two, good years, and then it's gonna tail off. You're gonna fall off and just be regular. He seemed to choke in times in the playoffs when you really needed him to. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
why I'm like,
almost like he forgets what supposed to be doing. You understand me?
yeah. So Aaron Rodgers saved your ass that one year with the Super Bowl. So you know, I mean, he did a solid job with the Cowboys, but like I said, after 1 or 2 years, he kind of like ran his course. So, but I'm not surprised by this pick by the Steelers. This is
Do
some
you know how dope that is? To shows how good Aaron Rodgers is to know that his team, to go out there and do what he did that one year. But I always wondered what was it for Aaron Rodgers because he had to me it seemed like he had everything he needed over there on those teams.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably point blame a little bit at McCarthy and the rest of the team. Like, I mean, they had good defenses and like he had great, supporting cast, and he was one of the best. Like, he made plays. I'm like, oh my God, like, how is he
Never
doing?
understood that. Yeah, you had
But
Tay
then when they
Adams, Devontae, you had Greg Jennings at one point.
Corey Nelson, like
Bro,
you have a wish,
you had some gunners, bro, going down that field, flying down that field. Like I always wondered, like, what is going on where this guy can't get over the hump? The Bears were trash. The majority of the teams was trash. Like you just like, why are you not having deep playoff runs?
And that's the thing. Like somebody did point that out. Is like he was beating up on a trash NFC North. Like think about it. The Bears were trash when he was in his prime. Detroit was trash. He was one of the worst teams. They 0
That is a
16.
fact.
Minnesota was it fringe like trash and like up and up here and there when it was. So it was like you
But
beat up on
it ain't like the Cowboys with all that good.
so that's why they was like winning. They was at top of the division most of the time and making the playoffs. And then when they ran to real good teams,
Yeah,
ah, Bob. Like that
yeah,
one year where Atlanta went to the Super Bowl, and I remember watching that game with the Packers against Atlanta. Boy, Matt Ryan and Joe and Julio Jones and them
bro,
was killing them. Like just throwing that thing. I'm like, and I said before the game, I'm like, oh, they finna get bopped. And
crazy.
All the Packers, like, no, we finna smack them, we finna kill them. I'm like, nah, dog. This Atlanta team different
The
this year.
way they came back on them boys and took their heart during that game, bro. I'm like, how y'all up 30, a 30 piece in the fourth quarter and y'all can't hold the ball and keep these guys off the field?
Yeah, so
How, bro?
Aaron is cold, but like it just I don't know. I think it was Martin McCarthy just seemed like he just nutted up when you needed him to show up and get the
Yeah,
team right.
yeah, he forget
So
everything that he's supposed to be doing when it gets to that end, for sure.
good luck with the Pittsburgh. I mean, depending on what the direction they go with the quarterback and stuff. I mean, well,
I would
this might
not be surprised in a couple of
they
years they end up with a decent quarterback and then they start putting things together because he might end up being in more charge uh, of the way that organization runs. However, I disagree with that as well because we haven't seen him do anything uh, yet.
yeah. Do
Yeah.
you think Aaron Rodgers coming back to Pittsburgh now that they hire his former coach?
He might come back. He might come back.
He
But if
might.
they do come back, what are you coming back to, Aaron Rodgers? Who's your wide receiver?
I mean, it's DK as of right now on paper,
It's
but
DK as of right now. Is DK coming back?
I think he got like a couple more years on that contract that he signed with Seattle before he got
All
traded.
right, bet it up. So you got DK Metcalf. Do you got a running back?
Potential Warren and Gainwell actually showed out. Like Gainwell showed out like middle to end, and Warren, who was originally like the guy, he started to really come along towards the end. So maybe go
He
with them
laughed
again.
about it. He chuckled.
No, but it's like maybe
No
give him
doubt.
another chance. But like I thought this dude from Iowa last year, Caleb Johnson, running back, he was a rookie. I thought he was gonna be a problem for them, but he didn't get too many looks, and when he did get it looks, he didn't get it good. He didn't take advantage. So
Mm.
maybe if he stay in shape and put some more pounds on and get used to the league, this off season, he might be some next year for them. But
Do they got another wide receiver on that squad that can help lift the load for DK Metcalf? Because you know you can't just go out there thinking you're gonna use him up, and these guys ain't gonna adjust and make sure that there's
Uh,
two people on him at all times.
nah, they good role players, like a third and fourth receiver guy on another team, but like nothing really like that Eddie of DK Metcalf or George Pickens was if had they kept
Mm,
him.
yikes.
So, and they kind of fucked up their squad doing that. And but also they have one of the oldest defenses, but also one of the highest paid defense. So it's like
Mm,
you either have to reconstruct some deals or get rid of some guys for younger players
indeed,
who can stay healthy and
indeed.
balance out their team. But I guess that's a start for them. Not my problem. So
Nah, he said not my problem.
good luck with that. I'm hearing not Austin Rivers, Philip Rivers, or potential interviewing for the Buffalo Bills job, the head coaching job. White privilege at its finest, baby. That man was sitting down,
For the
coaching
last four or
some high
five
school,
years doing nothing,
coaching some high
making
school
babies.
kids.
That man got 10, 11 kids,
Bro,
man.
yeah, he popping out babies, coaching his kids football
He
team.
been roasting his wife's coochie for the past 4 or 5 years,
That
and
man,
all of a sudden he pops up and goes, "I want to come back and play ball."
he played 2 3 games in the season, and
And
then
now he
that,
says, I think I want to be a coach now."
yeah. So
Wow.
shout out to Philip Rivers. Like, he a good dude. If anybody deserved it, I guess it would be him. But like, I don't know. We'll see.
I'd have been doing the same thing though. I'd have been at home for the last 4 or 5 years, resting up all over my woman. Man, come here,
Hmm.
come here.
Yeah,
Let's him leave these kids with their grandma.
he definitely
Leave them kids leave these kids with their aunts on your side or mine. Leave them where they at. We about to go on vacation for a month.
his
Leave.
pullout game definitely was weak. He
His pullout game was not weak. He did that on purpose. 10.
yeah,
You don't
that's
think that's
definitely
you
intentional.
don't think at the third one, the second or third one, you don't know what you're doing? You know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
She was ready and willing.
he could have got the vasectomy and all that, or
You could
just
have. You
condom or
rich
whatever.
enough.
But
You could
yeah,
have done anything. He was like, man, I'm about to stretch her out, man. Oh, what?
he's like, damn, Nick Cannon beating my ass right now. Just
Right. I gotta get up on. I gotta keep up with Nick Cannon, man. I can't just be letting this man outdo me, dude.
nah, yeah, but good luck with that. And then look like the Raiders going. They look like they might gear towards the quarterback from the University of Indiana, Mendoza, be number one. What they
They are
thumbs down?
not gonna be valid no time soon,
Oh
bro.
yeah, they gotta fix. They
L7.
gotta fix that line. They gotta find a coach. They let go of Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll gone.
They jagged last year because they drafted Ashton Genty, but they offensive line was trash, so they didn't draft. They didn't fix that. Like so, like Ashton Genty didn't have the great year that he was supposed to have had he had a good line. So it's like, all right, if you set up your pieces, like cool, like get Mendoza, who looked actually legit to me. Like he showed me some like some tough tenacity. Even though his interviews, he sound like a happy-go-lucky motherfucker.
L7, brother.
Yeah, pretty much. And
L7.
then you got your running back. You still need a receiver. You got your tight end. As of right now, you got Max Crosby, but
Okay.
you can trade him to Chicago and get some more. Um, they got to fix that line. They probably got to do like the Bears did and go
Bro,
through
they gotta
free
they
agency
they
and
have
sign some guys.
work to do, bro. They got
And
a
I
lot of
think,
work to do.
and I think they got the most money for like salary cap wise, so like they can spend some bread. But that's my NFL news
All
as of
right.
right now.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Bam, bam, dun, 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 bam, 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 bam. Welcome to Chicago, Illinois,
Uh,
where the Bulls will
NBA.
host the Los Angeles Lakers. I am your host, Marv Albert. Go ahead, my fault. I zoned out.
But yeah, NBA, games coming on earlier today. Right now, they got the Knicks versus Sixers. Uh, Actually, the Bulls back at 500 at 22-22. They was down like 3 or 4 games under 500. So to get back to 500, it's like all right. And this is showing me like this team is okay. Like we gonna be in the middle, but like for us to take that next step, we need an all-star type player, either drafted or traded for. We need an all-star superstar for us to take the next level to get it to stay within that 1 through 6 range of the playoffs. We're getting back healthier. We're
Heads up
going.
for anybody. Stop. My bad. But heads up, the Warriors Timberwolves game has been postponed. They must have got hit with some heavy snow, I'm guessing. Go ahead, keep on going.
I was wondering why I didn't
And
see it.
the Hornets and the Wizards game has been completed. 19-15 Hornets over the Wizards. Knicks and the
And
Sixers are currently going on. And that's that. 6 minutes left in the
that
first
was a game I looked.
first quarter.
But
That's the
yeah,
game I wanted to see. When you had mentioned that, I was like, oh, that's the game I want to see right there.
I wonder why. Like, only thing like, cause like the Bulls had to postpone that game because they had the ice from the the hockey rink for the Blackhawks. It created moisture in the building, and it was hot that day. Actually, that's what it was. It was seasonally hot that day in Chicago. So like it went from like wintertime weather to like straight summertime weather the next day, and I guess it created moisture and like precipitation in the building to where they literally couldn't play the game at the United Center. They had to postpone
Because if you put the floor down, they put the ice
it.
down under the
Yeah,
floor or whatever, right?
yeah,
So when that condensation's still there, it leaks up, and then the wood gets wet, right? So then when
yeah.
those guys are stepping down, they're stepping down into the water because the floor gets damp and everything. And when these guys slip and bust, they ish, then you have another issue. So
Yeah, so
somebody
that's one thing
broke that.
I could because Minnesota does have a hockey team as well. So maybe that, or like you said,
Man, it is Saturday. It is 1 degree in Minneapolis with a 13 uh -13 wind chill, fam.
they need soft there. If it's just the weather, like my just my other made it through worse. Now that's probably what it is though. For like the weather just probably too crazy to get
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
vicious. They're gonna have a bunch of vicious days like that coming up. So that's
Uh,
that.
Shit, if I'm the worst, I'm like shit. Then what the fuck we at, Minnesota for? Then we could have went to Chicago, kicked it down there, or something, or went somewhere else.
Some of them will. Some of them probably
Nah,
will.
Minnesota straight. I ain't starting
Ain't
no
nothing
shit.
wrong with Minnesota. I'm sure
It's
all
the
of them
cold.
as basketball players, they probably know where to go. And for those who were wherever the Warriors were, if they were at home the previous game, they was like, "Oh, we just stay here. We just stay here. We ain't going out there. Why even risk it? Why even get on the plane and go there and have to worry about landing and anything else?" So
Oh
let me see.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they
Ooh.
just came from they were coming up from Dallas. They had just
Oh yeah.
lost to
Dallas.
yeah, they just lost to the Mavericks. So yeah, I'm staying in Dallas. I can stay in Dallas for a little bit, just kick it in the sun, put some fun in the sun. And they'll probably also the that game will be made up on Sunday at 4:30. Yep.
Yes, tomorrow. So okay, so they staying in tomorrow. That's good. So for the Bulls though, I should get postponed to where we gotta play the Miami Heat back 3 times in a row. And I think if not a back to back game or back to back to back, like 3 games in a row, or like it's literally like 3 games in 4 days, 3 games in 5 nights, maybe. So they lucky they had a day off the next day, but they probably got to play the back to back somewhere else anyway. But
Also in news, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out with a
yeah,
calf strain.
I was gonna talk about Giannis and Ja Morant both injured again, hurt again. So pretty much Giannis won't probably play no All Star game because it's gonna take a few weeks.
If I'm Giannis Antetokounmpo, I sit out the rest of the season. But that's just me. Continue on.
I mean, that's probably the smart thing because like you keep coming back and get injured, it ain't helping the next team who want to trade for you,
Mm-mm.
case or let alone your time here in Milwaukee.
I'm
Like,
done for the year. I'm just gonna sit out. Y'all
hey,
got it.
y'all pure ass. Like, come on, like even with you or without you, like y'all ass right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, they terrible.
Or just get traded, bro. Like you keep trying to deny the inevitable. Like, bro, you want to try this? I want to be here in Milwaukee, stay here. I'm a one team guy, bro.
Stay there and play for
No
what
one's trying to
reason?
come to Milwaukee, bro, and get you
Or
another championship.
mm-mm.
Like, you had to find people that are like low maintenance, like Chris Middleton, and low maintenance, like Drew Holiday, that were hard workers that was exceptionally great at what they was doing at that
That's a fact.
position.
That's a fact.
Like now you got Kyle Kuzma over there jagging shots, looking like dude off
Yeah.
what's that movie with Wesley Snipes? Demolition Man and shit. Uh,
I
but yeah,
don't think,
Jan,
yeah, I don't think no one wants to come to Milwaukee. I don't think Giannis wants to stay in Milwaukee. I think he may just be tired of that organization as a whole, and it's just time to go, man. I just think it's starting to look more and more messy, and the writing is on the wall that this thing should get blown up. I think it's just showing more and more and more. So, as this season goes on, and he goes through another injury, and he has to deal with that. That's just another one of those signs like the writing is on the wall, and it's really saying that whatever we thought we had, it's time to break this up. If I'm Bobby Portis, I start looking at teams where I can go. I start looking at Golden State. I start looking to go to OKC. I start looking at going to Dallas, going to places where I can get on a team and make a good championship run. I start looking at Boston Celtics. I start looking at who's another good team in the East. I start looking at the Knicks. I start looking at places like that, places I can go and win and get some good reps in. So
yeah,
it's time to blow that up for Milwaukee. Some of those guys really need to start worrying about where they're gonna be at next. The sad part is a guy like Gary Trent thought, this was would be this. I'm guessing he's thinking this would be a chance for me to showcase what I'm really capable of and show how dope I am as a second or third level guy. And we don't know what that's gonna look like.
yeah. So I mean, for the downfall of the Milwaukee Bucks to happen, I'd be happy if that happens. But
Fuck him.
yeah. So you got to figure out what you want to do.
Hmm.
Dog, you're gonna be in this middle right now. This team ain't good this year. So,
It ain't
but
you and you play he's played above and exceedingly more than he should have for that team. He's done way more than he should have done for a team like that. And there's no disrespect to any of the players. I don't want anybody to think that you guys are like trash, but the team is ass. After they let Drew Holiday go and they went and got Dame Lillard, Dame, was trying to fit into a situation that I don't even think he wanted to fit into or it just wasn't working between him and Giannis. I don't know the dynamics of that, but it just didn't work out. And after that, everything just kind of like fell apart. Had it been me, I would have told, if I were Giannis, I would say go back and get Drew Holiday, bring him back over here. Like that's the guy we need to have. Like
yeah,
go and get him back over on this team.
yeah. No, I think it's because of the fucking shit they did to Dame. I think it's low key karma, like the way y'all shitted him up out of there. Well, after he got hurt on the job for y'all, trying to help y'all keep y'all relevant again. Y'all got y'all got him up out of there for basically nothing. Basically, I think when you trade a
Mhm.
few guys, but like I mean, you send him back home, which is good, I guess. But it's like the way y'all did it is just like damn. It's like y'all just he go down. It's like, all right, that's it. We done with you. Move on. So um, fuck the Bucks. Really, I don't give a fuck about no Milwaukee teams right now. Fuck the
And,
Packers.
and
Fuck the
there it
Bucks.
is. Say it.
Fuck the Packers. Fuck the Bucks. Fuck the Brewers too. But they gave the Cubs some hell last year, so I'll let y'all slide.
No, but fuck him. Fuck him.
But fuck them at the same
Sideways.
time.
Hmm.
From the back. No comment. Raw dog. Spit. Lube. But yeah, John Morant hurt. I feel like these players getting hurt right at the time, so he won't get traded, even though they still can get traded. But it's like,
Hmm.
what's going on, man? Like, I don't know what job he horn right now out here. Like,
Yeah, it's bad.
and like you want to play some games, and then if injury is real, then cool. But like, I can't control. You can't control that. But I feel like there's some tactics being played right now as far as the deadline coming up. Because the Bulls trying to get one of y'all. If it ain't Zion, if it ain't Giannis, if it ain't Ja Morant, I'm taking. We need somebody. Help this team
If
take it to the next
anything,
level.
if I am the Bulls organization, I am only going after Giannis or I'm only going after Ja Morant. There's nobody else to chase. There's nobody else to chase. I need a centerpiece, bro.
Yeah,
And if it's me, I'm taking Giannis, but I'm telling him sit out the rest of the season. If we make a trade for that dude, we are making a trade for him, but we are not going to play him the rest of the season. I'm gonna tell him sit out. Let's go over what this team needs. How would you like the team structured? Let's get with these young guys and who are playing good and find out how well we want to run this team and things that we want to do to keep the team running correctly. That's it.
yeah. If I can get one of like a draft pick, high draft pick this year for the players that's coming in, that's supposed to be coming into the draft,
Hmm.
I'll definitely do that. If that's the case, like Giannis, We don't need you to play this last little month and a half, 2 months. Like just heal up, get ready for next year, and then let these, either I'm pretty sure we're gonna trade enough to where we probably gonna start losing to where we get a better draft pick.
Like you
So
said, the team is ass. You know what I mean? Like we going into All-Star break. The All-Star break is usually around what, the first or second week in February. Just rest, bro. Just rest. We are at day number 23 or 24 in January. Go ahead and get your rest.
that's what the Wizards are doing with Trey Young. So they're
Get your
trying to
rest.
obviously get their stock going up there. So
You have
that's
nothing to play for. There's nothing going on that says you need to go out here
the
and
two main trade deadline guys or talked about is hurt, Giannis and Morant. So we'll see. But I do have a trade proposal for the Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. I think a trade for both players straight up will work for each team. I got the Golden State Warriors trading Jonathan Kuminga to the Sacramento Kings for Zach LaVine. Let's get my boy Zach LaVine out of purgatory hell. I feel bad for the man for never being on the playoff team besides the Bulls. The 1 year that we went, and I don't even think he actually was able to get to play in that game because he got ended up getting hurt. But I think that would be a trade for both teams that can help each other for the time being. Like Jimmy Butler being down, they need an extra, well, physicality prayer they need, but like at least Zach LaVine can get you 20 points, 30 points whenever.
indeed.
Steph Curry have an off night, or Draymond found somebody, or who else they got there? Is it just them? Yeah, it's literally just them. If they trade Kuminga, then no Jimmy Butler too. So give you something in return to see maybe if you keep y'all pace going in the playoffs. But I just feel bad for Levine, man. Like he need to go somewhere else.
So what do we send him? So you just want to send him in a trade to the Warriors for Kaminga? You think they
Yeah.
can make that a straight up trade? You think that'll work, or will Levine's salary play a big part in how that transpires?
Probably salary, but like if I'm the other team, I'm like, hey, eat this up a little, eat some of this contract, or
Yeah,
add in another player that will make it
yeah, worthy, worth it.
worthy.
Hmm.
I mean,
Maybe
I
you
don't see
can.
why
Maybe I
like
don't know if you can add DeRozan into that, but you have to find something else to add into that.
give that motherfucker too. Like it ain't working, Sacramento for them. Like
It's not. It's not. After letting De'Aaron Fox go, that I knew I was like, yep, this is over with. You needed a point guard. You gotta have a point guard when you have players like that, bro.
what's
Once you get rid of the point guard, what does the center to do?
what's sad about it, they had 2 point guards. They had Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox. You had your present and future, and you still fumble that. How? I don't know. Like if like then they like that was the whole thing before they trade Tyrese Halliburton. It was like, is they gonna keep De'Aaron Fox? Is they gonna trade him? But you chose to keep De'Aaron Fox, and you traded Tyrese Halliburton for Demontis Sabonis, which at the time wasn't a bad trade because it got you to the playoff for the first time in years with those two, De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. So like in in the meantime, it sounded like a good trade for both teams. But then you see the next year, you see Tyrese Halliburton taking the Pacers to the finals against the Thunder, and then the Kings a couple years later are irrelevant again. You fire Mike Brown, you get rid of De'Aaron Fox. It was
Mike
like
Brown had what, a 3 year run.
literally, yeah, like 2 3 year run,
They
if
give him
that.
no time to really do nothing, man.
And
Man,
then
this age of microwave is crazy. Where they just want everything as fast as they can get it, and if it doesn't work, then they got to get you out of here. Man, don't it normally take 5 to 10 years to actually see any progress in anything? Doesn't it normally take that long to judge whether something is real or not? Like you need to let you need to let certain things play out. You can't just microwave everything. But I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I'm just a guy that works a regular job, and and I do that. So, what else you got on the trade block?
that's who I got as far as right now. I mean, unless you like one of these weak teams that's gonna trade your star player like LaMelo, even though I feel like the Hornets are playing a lot better as a reason. They 18 and 28 now, which
Hey, let me ask you a question. Even though Lonzo Ball
yeah.
or his younger brother are in situations where they're guys, do you think one of them could end up with the Warriors?
um What I'm hearing is everybody saying low key Lonzo cooked as far as like playing, like
Oh, it's over
especially
for him.
like yeah, like he in Cleveland right now, but he barely getting
Yeah.
any minutes, and like when he do, he's not really doing too much. Like his jump shot ain't what it used to be.
Mm.
He defense like he got still good basketball mind where like he's mentally he can do some things, but like his physicality or his body won't let him. So it's like, I mean, I thought with him going to Cleveland, that was going to be perfect. Like he can just come off the bench, set them up, keep them going. But he's struggling on the offensive side and don't have that lockdown defense like he used to. But he has a IQ enough to stay within range of the play, just and make certain plays. That just consistently enough, not enough. So it's like, I mean, he can go to Golden State, yeah, and I think it could like he could help them out. But if you really want him to make impact like LaMelo, then you will probably want to take LaMelo.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Which was crazy because like, they were supposed to draft him originally because they
Mm.
had the number two pick or something like that, but they didn't.
Mm.
So I mean, for I'm trying to think. So we always talk about Giannis, like unless he goes somewhere like Golden State or New York. I could low key see him
Begging me to
I
sign
could low
with
key see him in Detroit.
my
That would be a
begging me
nasty
to sign.
little
Oh, wait. LaMelo?
Giannis.
Giannis? Ooh.
That would be nasty. But
That'd be
I'm
nasty,
still
bruh.
pushing for the Giannis to come to Chicago. He
You want
said,
Giannis to be here.
what else? Like he already proven that he's one of the best players. Like you need a
Facts.
big market, and the Chicago Bears just show like if you get a good team or a good great superstar player, that the market's gonna show like we're gonna show
Yeah.
support and like give you he gonna have all this type of fame, more fame than you already do.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
I mean,
We got it here if he want to
we,
experience some of that.
we got a
He
nice
can come
little
get
Greek little
culture.
population culture here. Other cultures as well. Um, but this is me. This is me being me. I hope teams like Miami Heat don't get another lick of a player like him at all. I'm tired of teams like that getting shit like that happen. But Siakam, I don't see them. I think he gonna wait it out with this team. I think he gonna wait till Tyrese come back and try to get that back going.
Yeah, that ain't his fault. You know, that's just a freak accident where you playing basketball and you tear up your Achilles or your ACL. So, but with Siakam, here's a guy who has come from Toronto to Indiana. So him sticking around is a great thing. It shows that he's loyal. But excuse me, pardon me. What is it that you want to do? Are you interested in winning or winning championships?
Man, his team was literally in the finals just last year. So like, it's one of those like because I think he's a winning player. Like if you went to Toronto and won, and then you go to Indiana your first year, kind of make them a finals team, help make them a finals team. That show you a winning guy. But it's crazy how like that one player for Tyrese Halliburton not being there killed them. Like they 11 and 35.
Man, just took all the life out that team, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when that guy's the engine. You know, and there's no disrespect to that team, but we all know who was the engine of that team. And then shortly after, Nimhard and a couple other guys left that squad or something like that?
Now
But
Nemhard's like they stepped up and playing like they playing right now. Like
okay.
it's just
Miles
I
Turner
guess
left though. Miles Turner
yeah,
left.
Miles Turner love yeah he went to Milwaukee,
I thought
which
it was
they
a
did.
couple other guys that left.
Um, so nobody really give a fuck about that. Nah, but yeah, Miles Turner was the main big fish on that team that left, and then probably a couple of people, but like nobody's like I think basically mainly the same teams from last year's on that team,
Oh,
except
for
for
sure then.
Miles Turner.
So they're gonna be all right then. They're gonna be all right.
With the Lakers, it's kind of like they've been reeling the last few games. They went in here and there, but like the article with Jenny Bush and like how she felt like LeBron wasn't grateful for them drafting Bronny. Allegedly, like these are allegations, but like supposedly an insider. But like,
Someone who's mad at her told her business, or or
yeah,
they had it recorded about what she said about LeBron not being grateful. Here's the thing:
and just
did
other things
did
like this.
did LeBron tell you to draft his son? If he didn't tell you to draft the kid, that was you wasting a draft pick on this kid.
You thought you was gonna get a reaction out of him that you
So,
know.
he would be the
Oh my
first to play,
God.
blah blah. Did you run it by him? Did you all have that conversation, or did he just go, "Oh man, that would be dope," and then you went out and did that.
Right.
He didn't really care for it. Like it's a difference between doing something and being and having a plan of execution when you do it, but then you just did that to do it. It doesn't, and then turn around and say, "Oh, he's so ungrateful." Even though I drafted this kid here, but you didn't have to.
No, and that's the
You could
thing.
have
Like,
you could have said, "Man, f that draft pick. Let's try to figure out another player that we need to get in here to make sure that we're okay, or get the salary cap down, or whatever it was."
you
You
still
trying
could
to
have
win
got him after
championships.
the draft. You could have signed him as an undrafted player, and he'd been on the team. Like, damn, all right, and then go to the G League.
That's what they could have done. They said, "Hey, kid, just go to the G League." You know what I mean? And then we'll pick you up throughout the course of the season.
So, and there was other things in the arc. I didn't get to read all of it because it was a lot, but it was just like just the turmoil between her brothers and her family, how she just kind of like just took over and just like, all right, and sold it to some people that like I think they low key want her out now. So it's like
Yeah, yeah,
kind of
because
crazy.
they had her over the board of governors.
Mm,
You know,
okay, yeah. So
right?
yeah,
So
when
she
she was
stepped down
governor,
as owner. She
yeah,
sold like what for 500 million to make sure that her brothers and them. She told them to relinquish your. I think I heard that on Shannon Sharp nightcap. They were talking about it. So she reserved the right to be like one of the to be over the board of governors. She got her brother to sell his position,
mhm,
and they were unwilling to do it because they thought she was trying to trash the team or hurt the team. And what she was trying to do was make it worth as much money as possible, so she
yeah,
could get them back their money, and that they would walk away good,
right,
right? So she still is part of the board of the governors or whatever, but in any position, I think it would have been them questioning LeBron's loyalty just on that part. How do you question a man's loyalty? And he's been there for 7 to 8 years now. Like if he wasn't loyal, he would have left after year 3, year 4, year 5. He's still there, and it's not like these guys are putting out the best product on the floor, whether he's hurt or not. You know what I mean? Like in last couple of years, you just got Luca, and you got started off good, and now they're what? Are they like halfway or the number four in the
it's number five, but like
number
it's
five?
staying slow. Like they've been losing some bad games here and there, and then like they'll win like a quick couple of games too though. But it's
Yeah,
just like it's a lot of like talk around it. Like instead of y'all sitting comfortably at the five spot, float being off the radar but on the radar at the same time. But like what happened? LeBron started off hurt. Reeves started off killing him, and Lucas started off
he
killing.
look he
Then
look they look
Reeves get
great.
hurt,
Yeah,
and now you this article where it comes out like in the middle of like y'all losing, but also what was it? The eh,
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul, yeah, Rich Paul. What he said last week about like trading Reeves for Jaren Jackson, like it's just too much talk with like hypotheticals and just like you kind
Too
of
many
messing up
distractions. Too many
distraction.
distractions. Yeah,
You mess up like you kind of mess with people's mind in that locker room where it's like, all right, who can
which
you
they have.
trust? Like who you trust? Like can you trust LeBron as like has he been as like this total legit guy? Or whatever happened with him and Westbrook, like them signing them, they're complaining about that.
And then going
Um,
behind
if
Russ back and saying all type of wild stuff.
if
Yeah,
I'm Reeves, I'm like, how do I play with him? Like your agent, like is saying trade me somewhere to Memphis for another player. Like, with that trust still there with that?
and you just gave me a decent bag.
Exactly. Like, and so it's just like this is one of those where it can take a team to where they take it together and and take off, or they can derail them and go straight down to like it being a trash season for them. So it's like they gotta clean up some stuff and like stop talking about some shit. Like the coaching, him not having the same connect with his player like he thought he would.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of things, and then just like them talking about LeBron, like how he feel like he brought back LA basketball, him and AD and all these clutch players represented by clutch on the team, kind of affect the dynamic of the LA Lakers, and them trying to like still be the organization that he was known for winning before he got there. So it's a lot of dirty macking going on.
It
A
is,
lot
and
of a lot of dirty
a
macking.
lot of dirty Mac, and it's gonna continue to be like that until they figure out what it is that they truly, really want to do with that organization. And
Hmm.
until then, you're just gonna have LeBron there, you're gonna have Luca there, and those guys may be playing, and those guys may be playing well, but you're not getting the best out of them, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
You're wasting these guys as valuable picks and pieces and principles on a team, and you're not using them correctly. So that's that. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. And then one last thing. Let's talk about potential All-Star reserves for the All-Star USA versus the World team.
Hmm.
The thing is, like the USA gets two teams, so they're gonna have like a team full of 8 to 10 guys on each side, I think. And the one World team is gonna have basically 8 to not 10 guys themselves by themselves. So we already know the starters on the East side. You got Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then you got who else we got? Oh yeah, Cade Cunningham, and then who my Jalen Brown. So that's the five on the East side. But even though
Okay.
one of them I think is only the international guy, and that's Giannis, who might not play.
Well, I don't think he is going to play. I think that's
Yes,
done. We don't have to
that's
worry about
that's
that.
definitely done.
Hmm.
And then on the West, you got SGA, you got Wemby, you got Nikola Jokic, who's hurt as well. Luca, and then you got it's not KD on the team. Somebody else. But anyway, I want to know the biggest omission was Anthony Edwards not being on the starting team. So who you got?
He's not on the starting team.
Yeah, he's not starting on the USA or any like the East or West like. So he's coming off the
Okay.
bench automatically.
Okay.
But he gonna play for the USA team though. So you got the US side. So and then you got so the starting five for the international team would be Giannis, SGA, Wemby, Nikola, and Luca. Who after that do you have on that bench though? Who would
I'm
you
not
think that's
sure.
been playing? I'm gonna
I'm
throw
not
some names
sure.
out there, see how you feel. Laurie Marketing
Hmm.
from the Utah Jazz.
Decent.
You got I think a player he gonna be an all star because of this, because he been hooping. He got them in the play in a little bit, playing a little bit. Denny Avdija from the Portland Trailblazers, the small forward that the Wizards had. They traded him.
Haven't
He
paid attention to him.
he
I
been
have
he,
not.
he been hooping. You check him out, like score
Hmm.
wise. I think he top 10 to 15 in scoring
Okay.
in the league right
Okay.
now. I think a player that's they team ass Pascal Siakam. He been putting up numbers to where he. I feel like with the international team, some players that may not necessarily should be in the All Star game or they record may
He
not should
nice. He
reflect.
nice though.
He nice. Like he putting
Nice.
up numbers right. He putting All Star numbers. It's just the team is ass to the ass right now. So it's like, but I always feel like you should have if a player playing crazy on the ass team. He should get a look for all stars, even though the team has he just playing lights
100%.
out.
100%.
Josh Giddey, I can make a case for Josh Giddey. He averaged in there a triple double.
Australia.
Yeah,
Okay.
Australia international, and he plays like an all star, like passing wise, setting up
I agree on
guys.
that one. I agree on that one.
Alperen Sengun from the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
I was watching him yesterday. As a matter of fact, the Rockets played
Alperen
the,
Sengun.
the Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh, wow, the Pistons last night, and he was balling. He got like a fluky ass vibe shot, jump shot moves, but that should be going in like Nikola Jokic. Like should be looking like it's not gonna go in, but then straight all cash,
Yeah, he looked
right
kind of shifty
off the
for a big guy.
backboard.
Yeah, kind of shifty for a big guy.
And those the main guys like that's what one, two, three, four,
For
that's
those who
five
didn't
guys.
hear what I said, shifty. Shifty. Shifty.
That's five guys plus the starting lineup. So you got 10 solid guys, I think, that like playing all star level ish that can make that team. But on the USA side, there's so many. You got, Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, Jamal Murray. You can make a case for Kawhi Leonard. You can
Uh-uh, uh-uh, uh-uh. No, no, no. Take Jamal Murray out of there from Canada.
oh yeah, right. So matter of fact, put him on the international team side then. Boom. Kawhi Leonard, James Harden. They got the Clippers back in there. Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell. I give Michael Porter Jr. a shot because he been balling. Who is it? Brandon Ingram, Carl Anthony Towns. USA got some. I feel like the national team is probably front heavy, like with the big guy on that
Mm-hmm.
starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
But I think balance wise, as a team, the USA gonna get the win. But I'm hearing that they said like what's his name? Wimby said he gonna try. Well, he gonna have them play hard this year, like especially the international team. Like they're gonna probably go at the
They're gonna
USA
ball out.
team,
They
and
should.
I think right off the start the game, start full court pressing or like pressing hard,
Yeah.
playing good solid defense, like
Yeah.
or going at them hard on offense where it's like, all right, you trying to show out in front of me, like you trying to do me in
Yeah.
front of everybody.
Yeah. Like, look, we came here to win. We're not doing this just for the fun and excite the fans. Like, we're actually coming out here to play this game to win. We're not doing none of this uh pussyfooting around. Like, we're coming out here to really dominate this game and do well. Like, we want the money. We want whatever bad come with it too, but we want the win.
Yep.
We want to add up the stats, add up the win. We want to compile, add up the win columns. We don't care about all the other stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't like the format still, but like it should be. I think there's gonna be some pride being played a little bit in this
For sure.
game.
For sure.
And there's other potential first All Stars. You might get they might get a Dylan Brooks in there somehow, some way. You might get a Julius Randle. Um, who else we got? Atlanta might get Jalen Jones, the sophomore guy that they pretty much banked their whole career on. Not whole career, whole future on trading Trey Young down at Washington.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would think somebody from the Heat, either Bam or I don't know if Tyler Hero played enough games, but like maybe he might get one with that. Or yeah, Paulo Banchero, Desmond Bain, I don't know. Jordan B been playing a lot better as of late, but
I would sit him
I,
down.
yeah, he don't need to be playing no extra games at all.
Mm-mm. I would sit him down for the rest of the season just because we not the rest of the season, but just to see if we can get him healthy as possible as we go into the playoffs. What's the record now? Where are they? Do you know where they stand with Philly?
Philly,
Philly,
they're
Philly.
24-19, so they in the sixth seed, which is
60,
the
yeah.
cutoff for the actual play-in playoff. That was a bad
Yeah.
pass, cat. It's a bad pass.
I would sit him down, brother. I would sit the brother down for sure. I would definitely sit him down.
Yeah.
We don't need him. We don't need him going out there and hurting himself. Like I would have totally want him to sit down and heal up for the season. Uh, I don't want him getting hurt at all. But whatever. What else you got on tap for us, brother?
That's it. That's all I got right
All
now.
right, in a game of 21, all right? Chicago style or a game of 32, but we just say a game of 21, right? Who you
Yeah.
got?
I just
No, no, no. I'm gonna tell you. I'm about to name and get yourself together, brother. While I do this, don't try to Euro step into my lane, Nick. All right. So your players are Stephon Marbury, Steve Francis, Baron Davis, Allen Iverson, and I forgot the other one. Who I was gonna say? I said Baron Davis, Allen Iverson, Stephon Marbury, Steve Francis. Who was the other shifty guy that I was gonna say? Jalen Brunson. In a game of 21 or 32. We just say a
here's
game of
three
21.
here ah here's three shit I would have said Stephon Marbury.
Hmm.
Something about Baron Davis though, I like his games where like his body, he can back you down, he can use his weight a little bit more, shifty, he could boom on you, he can score, 15-footer
Hmm.
3-pointer if he need to.
Hmm.
AI, it'd be blasphemous not to say AI at the same time, but like if my personal like if I had to like choose my life on the line type shit, give me Baron Davis.
Baron Davis, that's what I was gonna say. In the
And if
game of
not him,
21. Yeah, in the game of 21, I got BD.
game of
B
21.
Diddy.
If we on some blacktop street shit, I
Diddy
give
Bop.
Stephon Marbury low key.
Stephon. I
Yeah,
give either one. It's gonna either be B Diddy or it's gonna be Stephon. Like either one of those two.
but and this not like no disrespect to AI because like he's the smallest guy on the court out of all of them, but he can get the best shot out like and
He
on any
can.
of them. He can
He
cross
can.
you up. Like we seen what he
Yeah.
did. Like
He can jump just as high as they can.
yeah, so like it's just I think Marbury's aggression and tenacity like I think he'd just be one of those thirsty players that you hate on the court playing against like coming to the ball ripping you crossing you up talking good crazy stuff shit to you big noggin head ass ball head niggas going to the hole like I'm like everybody trying to see that but I just think just the way Baron Davis bounce his strength
Big guy,
quickness
big guard.
he'll poke you like if you go up ask Dirk Nowitzki and them like or Eric Dampier who the hell they got poked on that playoff when he was with the Hornets. Like I see him as play ball like 21, 32,
Mm,
fucking you up on the court type shit.
that's a fact. Yeah. So I would go with either BD or with what did I say? It was either gonna be BD to win it
Or
or
Marbury.
Stephon Marbury. Yeah. Star Child. Yep. One of those two. Yep.
But
Yeah.
if you want somebody just to get you a bucket, Allen Iverson. Like just go ahead and get you a bucket real quick.
Shit, any one of them niggas gonna get you a bucket? Any one of them.
I trust
Any one of
Allen
them.
Iverson out of all of
Listen,
them the most.
probably the strongest one out of all of them is gonna either be B Diddy or Stephon. Like that's gonna be the two of the strongest dudes out there, and those are bucket getters, bro. Like
Yeah.
And probably Stephon is probably gonna be one of the fastest ones out of all of them. So
That's why.
his first step gonna be crazy. So is Steve Francis though. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's really gonna be about who's gonna be the better scorer in the long run.
Exactly.
And I think the better one is going to be Stephon or B Diddy. That's it. B Dizzle, Dizzle
Yes.
Bop. Yes,
Same,
sir.
same.
Anything else, brother?
I'm good on that right now.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. And remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. You all have an awesome day. Enjoy these games. Order some pizza like I'm finna order some from Italian Fiesta and enjoy it.
I just had some last night,
Ooh, I can't
boy.
stand you, man. I can't stand you.
Best decision I
Dirty
made.
big back ass. Well, I'm about to be a big back sitting over
I
here.
feel say, hey,
Mm.
it took about an hour and a half, but I knew
About
the
an hour
weather
and a
was
half. I
probably.
forgot to order it before I got on here.
You should have probably did that. It'll be.
Yeah, I was set.
It'll
Look,
be.
I got a new camera, so I was setting that up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
So
I'll take a nap. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a
for
nap
sure.
while I wait that out. But yeah, we done here, man. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. We look forward to those games. And
And
that's
stay warm
that.
out there, y'all. I'm out
Oh
here in
yeah,
California.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he
It's
way out there in
50 degrees
California.
out here.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
he
ain't
over here.
cold. It ain't cold at all out here. I don't see my breath. I don't think.
Yeah,
No, but
we in Chicago enjoying this 2 degree weather, the 6 degree weather, you know.
they
So
said it was colder than Antarctica here. I'm like, what? Oh
nah,
hell no.
we ain't got that yet. We ain't got to that point yet. We ain't got that yet. But ladies and gentlemen, we are done here. Y'all be safe, enjoy your weekend, and do lots of cocaine.
If
Um,
it ain't snowing, I ain't going.
if it ain't snowing, we ain't going.
I'm like, I love, you know,
We don't really do that,
all
but
colors. Yeah.
we don't really do that. So God bless.